Alabama and South Florida will meet for just the third time in series history when the Tide and Bulls square off against one another in Bryant-Denny Stadium on Saturday night. Alabama is 2-0 all-time against South Florida. The last matchup was last season in Tampa. In that game, the score was tied at 3 at the half, but Ty Simpson led the Tide to 17 second-half points as Alabama pulled away for the hard-fought 17-3 win. The other matchup was 20 years earlier at Legion Field in Birmingham as the Crimson Tide had no trouble running away from the Bulls with 23 second-half points for the 40-17 win. While this will be Alabama's third matchup against South Florida, it will be the first for head coach Kalen DeBoer and the second meeting against the Tide for USF head coach Alex Golesh. Golesh is in his second season as head coach of the Bulls. Before his time in Tampa, he was the offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Vols for 2 seasons from 2021 through 2022. Golesh guided South Florida to a 7-6 record last season, finishing with a dominant 45-0 win over Syracuse in the Boca Raton Bowl. This season, South Florida opened with a 48-3 win over Bethune-Cookman. The Bulls are led on offense by junior quarterback Byron Brown. The dual-threat quarterback ran for over 800 yards with 11 rushing touchdowns and threw for almost 3,300 yards with 26 passing touchdowns last season. Brown showed his impressive rushing ability last week with this 42-yard touchdown run for the first score of the game. Brown's favorite target has been 6-year wideout Sean Atkins. He rewrote the South Florida record books last season with 92 receptions, 7 touchdown catches, and became the first South Florida receiver in program history with over 1,000 yards with 1,054. The South Florida defense forced 2 turnovers and allowed just 170 yards of total offense, including just 48 rushing yards in last week's win over Bethune-Cookman. The 2 turnovers came via interceptions, one from linebacker Jalen Schuler and the other from defensive back DeMarco Augustin. And you don't want to miss this historic moment, as it will also be a special night inside Bryant-Denny Stadium as the University of Alabama will honor Coach Saban and his accomplishments with the dedication of Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium with pregame and halftime ceremonies. Kickoff for the matchup between Alabama and South Florida is set for 6 o'clock on Saturday night inside Bryant-Denny Stadium. The game will be televised live on ESPN. Reporting from the Crimson Tide Production Studio inside Bryant-Denny Stadium, I'm Christopher England with Tide TV.